Hello, guys, and welcome back to another live with your girl, or should I say your lady visionary. And today we have a special guest with us, and his name is Patrick. Some of you know him already. He is my husband. So we just want to welcome you on the channel. I'm sure many of you out there are happy to see him. As I said previously, whenever I get the opportunity, I always like to invite him on the channel. He's very supportive of the channel, so that's really amazing. So please give a warm welcome to him. Some of you who may be listening afterwards when the live is finished, please do go ahead and, send us your comments in the comment section, connect with us. Those of you who are new to the channel and have not yet subscribed, please support me just by clicking on that red subscribe button. This is just helping my channel to grow and yeah, just get me out there really. So I really do appreciate, all of you who are new and subscribing to my channel as I speak. And for those of you who have been following my journey for quite a while, and all my new subscribers, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate all the love and support I've been getting on this channel. It is no joke. Thank you guys, every single one of you. Thank you guys so much. I just want to take this opportunity to do just a small advertisement, should I say. So, many of you know I've spoken about the Africa Rising Investment Funds. And the Africa Rising Investment Funds is basically an initiative which I launched this year, so 2020. And it's mainly focused on supporting young people in the rural settings of Rwanda, supporting them in their business endeavors. So we basically they pitch their business ideas, and we basically support those businesses by funding them between, say, 200 to 1,000 pounds. So these are young people who they wouldn't normally get the support because it's not readily available. So we're trying to reach those young people in the rural settings who are very talented, but they just need some support. And I've spoken to quite a few people about this in Rwanda, young people, people who are a bit older, and they've said that this is a really good initiative, because normally these types of projects tend to reach the young people in the cities and sort of the rural areas. Sorry, the cities, sorry, and tend to lose focus on sort of touching those people in the rural areas. So this particular initiative reaches out to young people in the rural settings of Rwanda. I know some of you have emailed me and said that, it would be great if I could expand this initiative to other countries on the continent. And that is the idea. But firstly, I just want to focus on Rwanda. So we'll do a pilot project in Rwanda and, evaluate and see how that goes. And the more support we get and the more we see that it's doing really well, then we would like to expand it to other countries within East Africa, such as Uganda, Tanzania, Burundi, maybe Kenya. So, we're starting off small and hoping to expand. So we really would appreciate everybody who's willing to support, and every little help. So whatever you can do to support, I would really appreciate that. Now, the details are in the description box, so you can go ahead and support via PayPal or our GoFundMe just by typing into Google the Africa Rising Investment Funds. We have got a GoFundMe page, so you can go over there and support with as little as, say, $5, or if you're in the UK, £5. I'm seeing some of you guys join. I just want to say welcome. Say welcome to the people.
Hello.
Hi,
Thanks
this
for
is my
joining.
husband. Yeah. So welcome, guys. I really appreciate you. As you're coming in, please just greet us, let us know where you're listening in from, so that I can gauge who's in the chat room. That's really helpful. I'm seeing TT, love this topic. Hi TT, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. We've got Photon 30 in the building. Hello, Lady Visionary and hubby. Hi to you, Photon 30. How are you doing? And you are doing amazing work. Oh, thank you. We are really trying. Yeah, we are really trying. So some of you know that, we're making our way to Rwanda very, very soon. And we can't wait. There's lots of sort of planning behind the scenes, lots that's happening, a lot that goes into moving from one place to the next, especially when you're moving to the continent. It's amazing, but at the same time, it's also crazy. Lots of packing, and obviously we are also going with our two boys, very young boys. So one is 2 and the other one's 1. So like we're behind the scenes really preparing. So within the next couple of weeks, you should see us on the other side in Rwanda. So we will be doing our live streams from Rwanda. So I'm really excited and I can't wait. Just waiting for more of you to join us here. Let's see who we've got in the building. As you're coming in, please let us know where you're listening in from. I would really appreciate that. That's nice. So today's topic is we should leave the development of Africa for the next generation. So, I really do want you guys to engage. Those of you who want to just comment on this specific topic, I would really appreciate that. This topic basically came about whilst I was listening to a live a couple of days ago. And basically there was a guy who was saying that, we need to provide the younger generation with resources so that they can build Africa. And for me, I was really kind of taken aback because I feel that we need to be the one to implement strategies in order to bring about change, the changes that we would love to see on the continent. So I know that some people have also said that, we will not live to see the changes. So I'm like, what? We can't have that mentality. There needs to be a mindset shift. Like we need to be the ones who, we need to be the change that we wish to see in the world. Like someone said recently that, and this was a very good point actually, because obviously we know what's going on in Nigeria with regarding NSARS, and my solidarity, our solidarity is with them. But someone said something quite interesting, that one of the reasons why Nigeria is facing this particular challenge with regards to police brutality against the young people is because their parents didn't stand up and say anything. So this is one of the implications of sort of sitting back and sort of saying, well, our generation, we may not be able to implement change, so maybe the next generation will do it. And I think to myself, what if the next generation also thinks, well, actually, we'll wait for the next generation to do things because we won't make a change now. And so I feel as though this is the wrong mentality to have, and we should, work hard to basically see what we can do and how we can make a change now. Do you understand? As opposed to saying, right, yeah, there's nothing we can do to change what's happening in the world today. There's nothing that we can really do to change what's happening in Africa or to facilitate the development of Africa now. But actually what we should do is make way for the next generation to bring about change on the continent. And that for me goes against everything that we're doing right now, because even for us, we are very positive, very optimistic, I guess. And we believe that we can make a change. Hence why we have decided to, uproot ourselves from the UK and to Rwanda, because we want to be people who, don't just make excuses day in, day out, but actually believe in ourselves and believe in our ability and believe that we can actually bring about change. Obviously, we can't do everything, but I believe that collectively we can work together And, we talk much about unity. We talk so much about unity and coming together and, trying to implement strategies and bringing business ideas to the continent, networking with our brothers and sisters, being the change that we wish to see in the world, or should I say specifically on the continent. I'll just ask my husband, what do you think about this particular topic?
Yeah, I think this topic is very interesting. Yeah, to me, as one of subscribers said, I think the name is Grief, I think. Yeah, and Grief say that if, for example, our ancestors never, fought for independency and get rid of slavery system, many of us we could be in that system, till now. Same as some countries back home, like in Africa, in the 50s or from 40s, 60s, I mean 50s, 60s, even up to 80s, they were fighting to for the independency, to get independency, to get rid of the colonialism, who these people like England, they were in Africa. France was there as well. Portugal was there. So if they never stood up and fight for the right, we could be ruled by those countries. So I think now this generation, to me, I think this generation, we need to work hard in terms of building Africa. We need to build economy, and we should never ever complain or saying that that economy will be built by our children or our great children. So that's why I really support this idea that we shouldn't, we shouldn't wait for our children to develop Africa. We should start from now. It's our generation to start the movement.
Most definitely agree with that. Like, G Grift, you make such a valid point with regards to that. It's like imagine what our ancestors endured, like torture, rape, all of that, all of the brutality, like treated like animals, starved, beaten, and imagine they didn't fight for us to be where we are today. Where would we be today? And so it's quite shocking when, I hear people say, actually, what we need to do is support or give the resources to the next generation for them to bring about change for the future, because we won't live to see the changes now. And I'm like, no, I need to see the changes whilst I'm alive. And hopefully also the next generation, because of the examples that we've set and the things that we've implemented here and now, they will learn from us, and we will leave a legacy behind that they can learn from and continue in the future to bring about change. I know that we may not live to see all the changes we wish to see in the world, but at least we need to be a part of the change now. We need to say, these are the things that we want to see. And then the next generation also to carry that on. But just to kind of sit back and be like relaxed and say, right, we're just waiting for the next generation to develop Africa because that's it, that's how it's going to be. Like, there's nothing that we can really do now. I think that mentality is quite backwards. I have put out the link if anybody wants to come in and join us. We're not here for too long. It was just a topic that came to mind. As I said, I heard someone say this on another platform, and for me it was like, wow, do many people actually think this way? And I've heard people say that we won't live to see the change in our lifetime. And for me, that's scary. That's really scary, because a lot of people, that means you're just going to be complacent. You're just going to sit there thinking, well, there's nothing I can do, just chilling. I don't think that's the attitude to have at all. Let's hear what some of you guys are saying. Dominique Laura is saying the next generation needs someone to learn from. So we need both, or you need to have a lost next generation. Sorry, or you will have a lost generation. You saw how they almost brought the gay agenda to Africa, but the older leaders stood together. So yeah, I do agree with what you're saying. You know, we need to pave the way for the next generation. That's right. But we can't just sit back and say, well, yeah, we'll just leave it to the next generation. Like, we'll just chill. We've got work to do. We've got a lot of work to do. And our ancestors have paved the way, because they were in shackles and chains, but we are somehow free in that. Well, people would argue that, you know, we don't have, we're still in a form of slavery and bondage, but today we're different in that we're not shackled up in chains. So guys, if you haven't already done so, please do go ahead and give this stream a thumbs up. As I said, I have sent out the link. So if you do want to join the conversation with regards to this topic, please do go ahead and do so. If you haven't already done so, please do go ahead and like the stream. I'd really appreciate that. I really appreciate that so much. But yeah.
Yeah, Africa as a continent, we have many countries, 54 if I'm right. So there is a lot of challenges. There's problems. There's wars. There's poverty. There's a culture of teaching democracy in Africa, which some places people are claiming that they don't get what they want. So I think the authority, they hold the power and that's it. But and some diaspora here, they say, you know, that's Africa, that's my country, they will never change. It's like you give up. I have a friends, when you talk about the specifically in the country, they say, you know what, guess what, I will never go back to my country. All the authority from the president or ministers or MPs, they're all corrupt. It's like and you can see they are fighting to be successful where they are. But if we have that mentality, and we say we sit, that's it, we are happy, most of us here in Europe or America, you are working, you can bring bread to the table, food, so you worry less about Africa. But to be honest, that's the wrong mentality. We need to understand that if we don't really fight that corner, if we don't need change, if we don't seek for change, it will never happen. And our children, our great grandchildren will ask, the history will be on, it's not going to be on our side. They'll be saying, these people, they've been in Europe thinking that that's the heaven. As some people back home, they think Europe is heaven or America. But actually, it's not heaven. We know that people are struggling even in Europe or America. But remember also back home, people are struggling. Yes, struggles are everywhere. So that's why we shouldn't say that, struggles or difficult problems of Africa, we need to leave them. That's it. We are done. No, we should go back and contribute. And when I'm saying that we should go back, it's not that everybody is not going to go back to be president of the country, or everybody is not going to be a minister or MP. But you can be somebody in a village, and whole village, I'm saying the whole village, 50 people, 100 people, you can lead, you can be example of those people, and generation, you can change generation basically. You can, do your bit, either in a business, either education, either mining, either anything you can go, and really be a good man work hard, or a good
woman.
woman, and work hard, contribute, either because you traveled a lot, you have been exposed, you have many skills probably you are bringing back home. Yes, they'll make you, like, they'll look at as a chief, if you're in Ghana or somewhere where they believe in chiefs. So we need to go back and do something. Yeah.
I agree. I think also, like, what's coming to mind is people know that there is a lot of work required when it comes to the development and that for there to be sustainable change within Africa. Some people, when they think about the amount of work that needs to be done, they're like, oh, you know what? No, I'll just leave it for someone else. I think that's kind of like being a coward, if I'm honest. It's like, you're chickening out, knowing that there's work to be done, but you're like, you know what? There's too much to be done in Africa. So you're not willing to, put in that hard work. And a lot of us, and I've said this before on the channel, that a lot of us, we want things, we want to see change, but we're not willing to put in the work, or we want to see it in immediate change, that we can benefit from it almost immediately. But unfortunately, it's not going to be like that. And I think when it comes to Africa, it's good. Like, some people would say that, oh, the resources that Africa has, we should actually be seeing rapid development, but actually change has been, people would say that change in Africa has been quite slow. But I think that we still need to be committed to the development Africa, and also think about what we can contribute, basically. As I said previously, every little bit helps. And people talk about, you can take your skills from, whether it's Europe, whether it's America, and you can see how you can implement those skills on the continent. You research what country you would like to go to, whether that's Ghana, whether that's Gambia, whether that's Rwanda, whether that's Tanzania, whether that's Kenya. See how your skills can be beneficial on the continent. See what you can do. Even like it may not be even, you may not decide to even take the skills that you're using right now, but you may explore other areas of business on the continent, and you may be able to create jobs on the continent. Maybe you work in healthcare. Maybe you may think, actually, let me start a project in healthcare, because one of the problems in Africa is obviously infrastructure when it comes to healthcare. Obviously, things are improving, but you can also contribute to the development of Africa. You see in the Americas, as I've previously said, everybody has seen how things are going in America. Every time you switch on the TV, or every other day on social media, whether that be Facebook, whether that be Instagram, they say, oh, they've gunned down and killed another black man. Another black man has been killed by the police. And I think, okay, what hope has the black community got in terms of America? Why don't we mobilize and be confident that we can do something on the continent, instead of waiting for the next generation? We need to, like, I think someone was saying, that's the pass the buck mentality. It's like, we'll pass it on to the next generation. They'll be able to do something.
Yeah. It's wrong. 50 years ago, Europe was really good. 50 years ago, Europe was fighting. They were killing each other. Yes, they sat and decided to choose peace. It's possible as well in Africa to sit down and choose peace and create a good environment for every citizen, where we can, prosper and live a happy life and enjoy our weather and economy. 50 years ago, China was poor. Now, a few years ago, it was like the fifth, and then it jumped to, Japan and then German, and now it's the second. and they are fighting to to get the the number one, and dominate. That's why America sometimes they are shaking when they hear about China. Singapore was the GP 50 years ago, 45 years ago, was the same as Africa, including whole Asia. But now they are competing with Europe. So why not us? So we are talking about 50 years ago. The fathers of nations, including Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana, Julius Nyerere in Tanzania, Kenya, or Rwanda, as the King of Dahigwa, and Congo, Patrick Lumumba, and many of those great leaders. They were fighting, for our right to make sure that we own our countries, and control our borders. But still now we have some problems. People are still fighting, and if those people come back and see what's going on, they're going to regret. They're going to say, what's going on, when when maybe they left China and other countries were almost the same, but now they're trying to compete with Europe. So also I think we need to change the mentality. We need to work hard. We need to overcome the conflict we have within our countries, even if those countries were divided by Europeans. It's no secret. In 1885 in Germany, when they sat and divided Africa as they wanted. And like these days, you cross the border from Rwanda to go to Congo, Uganda, you are Rwandese or Congolese or Ugandan. But back in the days, those borders were not there. So, and if you see some many problems we have in Africa itself, problems that connect those borders and conflicts, and recently, like I think this week or last week, you can see South Sudan soldiers crashed with Ugandan soldiers. Even if they are in the Eastern Africa community, people should cross freely, but they are fighting because of the border, divided by not themselves, but by Europeans back in the days. So those are the problems as Africans we need to sit and resolve and proceed to development, because we have everything. Trust me. When you see Europe is full of we know winter is coming. It's full of winter and so on. But for them, they use their time. They are in a peace time, and they create that environment of business, and they say to each other, they promote service. Service. Everything's around service. So Africa also, the mentality should change, the mindset should change, and I know it had to start from us. This is the topic, this is a debate we should talk about. It's not only for great YouTuber like Lady Visionary and others, but everybody should come to contribute and play their part, and also show, for example, many people back in Africa, they are coming to Europe, America, that's the great countries to stay. No. Also diaspora, we should lead by example. Also go back to Africa, spread the message, do something. If Americans are coming now, I know Ghana and Rwanda and Gambia and Tanzania, they are on top. They're getting many people coming. So if I really want many people going to Rwanda to mobilize, and other countries can get more diaspora, and then give interview on use social media, go on TV, talk the truth, discuss, say why you're coming, what do you want to do, and it's gonna be a trend, and that trend maybe can contribute to change the mindset of many people.
Yeah, many of the Black community. It's interesting that you talk about you know, the division by Europeans of Africa, and how those boundaries that have been put in place so many years ago still has an impact today. And, you know, in terms of why we're having like a lot of countries that are in conflict with each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's contributed by colonialism, and all of the negative impacts are still sort of playing it out today. And obviously that's unfortunate. But and as well amongst the Black community, you know, you have this division. Oh, I'm Black American, oh, I'm continental African, or I'm Caribbean, or, you know, but like, you know, as Kwame Nkrumah said, he talked about a united Africa, you know, Africa coming together, and that's how we're going to see the real change. And equally, it's about the Black community also coming together and saying, like, actually, we are one, you know. And how powerful will we be when we unite and say, actually, we don't need to wait for the next generation in order to implement and bring about changes on the continent. But actually, if we mobilize, we come together, we show our strength in numbers, then we can bring about the changes we wish to see in the world today.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a, you know, it's a shame. It's a shame, yeah. It's a shame, and it's so sad, yeah, to see we as diaspora here in Europe or America or Canada or Australia, you know, we are divided. Let's be true. Let's be honest to ourselves. We are divided. And you see people, you say, oh, those are Caribbean, you know, oh, Caribbean, you know, other ones are Africans, or some Americans who are here, or some people even South Americans. Some people, they don't talk about those Black people who are in Brazil and so on. It's, or Colombia, or other, you know, countries, even in Asia, you know, Asia, you know, as I say, French. So Oman and other countries, they have Black people. We always, I meet a Black lady, you know, here in the UK. She say, "Oh, I'm from Oman," and I was like, "Oman, okay." Then I was like, Oman is, I know, is an Arab country." Then she said, "Oh yeah, I'm, you know, it's like she wants to be Arab or something." But
well, she's a Black lady.
Yeah. But to be honest, I was so happy that, you know, she was explaining the route and so on. She's at the Swahili coast I mean, East Africa. So we are divided. But do you know, for example, in America, I was watching a documentary, or mostly in America, when a black person does a crime or anything, not even a crime, but if the suspect is a suspect, before they say it's Black African or something, they don't even say it's a Caribbean or African. So which means we, same people, you know, either you call yourself a Black American or African American or Caribbean, Black Caribbean or Africa, we are all from Africa. That's our identity. Either
that's our roots.
That's our roots. You know,
you may be from the branches.
I like
to come back to the roots.
Yeah, those Caribbeans who are in America or Jamaica, Barbados, Trinidad, or other, you know, small islands, or big islands. You know, I have my friends, and sometimes we tease each other, you know, say, oh, you guys, you are from the branches, but for me, I'm from the roots, you know. So regardless, wherever you are, we are from Africa. So I want those Caribbean countries or people, Caribbean, to come to Africa, you know, to see where they are coming from. So I hope, you were telling me one day there was the flight coming, some flight, you know, coming from Nigeria who want to fly directly to,
there was
Jamaica.
Something about flights going.
I would love to have that link and connection, because the Caribbean shouldn't come to Europe first and then go to Africa. I hope business people will think about that. But we shouldn't divide ourselves. They divided us. We shouldn't divide. We shouldn't accept. We should know we are one people. Yes, you have a different culture where you grow up, but same color, same
One
people, one people,
one love,
one
people.
love, as Boban said. So we should go back home, develop. When Africa is strong as we want, we are going to be respected. Either you're in America, either you're in Canada, either you are Australia or Asia or Europe, here in the UK. When Africa is strong, the backbone is strong, you'll be respected wherever you are. You know that they will be there, even if you're in a trouble, they'll be there to support you. So that's why we shouldn't leave all this. I'm talking about the good things. I'm talking about live for the next generation. We should start from now. I know already people they started. It's not like from now. People already started, but only we need to mobilize in this generation to even do better.
I think, obviously there is a movement. People are waking up now and seeing the possibilities, but you still do have those people who there's that element of fear. Some may think they're just sort of sitting back seeing what everybody else is doing, when they can actually make a contribution now. They can actually start now to see, okay, what can I do? Everybody else is doing their bit, but what can I do to make my contribution and sort of to pave the way also for the next generation? So I think that's it, because everybody out there has a skill, they have a talent, there's things that you can develop, like you can do a course online. I think some people are thinking about, what can I do? What can I do? How can I work with people out there to do something on the continent? And we are seeing that. We're seeing groups being formed, diaspora groups being formed. We're seeing people like moving to the continent and basically just being on the ground, seeing what they can do. We have people a lot of people obviously going to like the Gambia. Rwanda's one, Tanzania is it's really coming up. We have a guest. So hello and welcome, Shango. How are you?
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me. I'm very fine, thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
Oh, fantastic! It's lovely to see you. It's been a while.
Indeed. Hi, brother.
How's everything? What's your contribution?
Well, to answer the question is, let me tell you a little story. If you are decent parents, you are give your children everything they need, right? Love, education, guidance, support, psychological support, whatever they need, right, in order to grow. And then when they become adult, they can face the world by themselves, right?
That's
okay. Correct. Well, I did not invent the wheel. This is nothing new. This is not a huge discovery. This is what we've been doing since for ages, and this is what nature does. Actually, this is what nature does. So my point is, question: why are you doing all of this to your children? Why do you give them the education, the guidance? Why?
It's like you're giving them the tools to best equip them for the future. So you're laying the foundations. That's what I would say for my children anyway. And I mean, our children.
Yeah, you're right.
You get me scared for 1 second, but joke aside, exactly, that's the point. You gave them the tool in order to face the future. So this is it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not patronizing Africa nor Africans, and I'm not lecturing anyone in here. But this is what we need to do. The future is prepared today. You cannot, if you are a decent person and you pretend to love your continent, and you say that you love your brothers and sisters from Africa, you cannot stay silent. You cannot step aside and let the others do the work. Do you remember my story about the wildebeest and the natural selections?
Oh, yes,
Yes.
of course.
That's what I'm,
Powerful.
that's what I'm talking about, because indeed, unfortunately, some of us will say, "Ooh, a lot of work." Nah, let me wait until somebody else is going to do it. Natural selection. So it means these people, forget about them. If we want our continent to grow, it's today. It's up to us to give, like you just said, the foundation for the future. So how? I think we need three things, in my opinion. The first thing is conscience, awareness. If you are aware of the situation, aware of the dangers, aware of the what is at stake, now you know what's going on. So you know you're aware, but that's not enough. How do you fight this? How do you build your continent? How do you build the relationship between Africans of the continent and the diaspora? What do you need is knowledge. You need to have the information. You have to have the knowledge. How did you get the knowledge? You get the knowledge by reading books, by having education. What is education? Education is the acquisition of knowledge, skills, etc., etc. How did you get that? You go to school, university, personal training, mimicking people who have more knowledge than you. To you have a tutor, a mentor. You see, so you get the knowledge by many ways. So they have two things. First, you're aware, you're conscious. Two, you have the knowledge. Something else is missing: courage, because you need to have the courage to
Yeah.
act. Because we can talk all night, we can agree upon everything, but if we do not act, it will be just words and words, and that's it. So we need three things. Three: you have to be aware, conscious. You have to have the knowledge to know how am I supposed to do it, and then the courage to act. And once you have it, you're good. Don't get me wrong, do whatever you can, however you can. I don't expect to change the face of the earth by myself the day after tomorrow. It's going to take time. But I prefer someone who tries his best by doing small steps, by not doing anything. It's always better. And altogether, small steps multiplied by 1.5 billion people, geez, that's a huge step. See?
Woo, that's powerful. Like, you
Yeah, totally agree with you. You're right. I think to me, it's what is missing the most. I know when you speak to people, they're aware of Africa. They're aware of what's going on. They know everybody. It's like everybody somehow even when sorry. So it's like everybody, here in the West, when you talk about the problems, what's going on, or what we could do in Africa, everybody agree that that there's something which has to be changed. But the problem is that courage and taking action are missing. You know, I wish, as you said, that that process where when you go to educate yourself, and you choose, for example, if you are no longer a teenager, you choose a career, you say, you know what, I need to study this. You exactly know the process. First of all, you want it, you look for the money, or you look for sponsor to support you, or you get a loan from the government or from the bank, and you pay for that because you really want it, and it's gonna take you 1 year, second, third, the fourth, and because the end goal is to get your qualification, your degree, your certificate, where you're gonna say, I'm going out there, I'm gonna work, I have knowledge. So I wish African people, they have that end goal target to say, I need to achieve this in certain time. They need to set the goal. But then we need to know that to that end goal, there is long way.
process.
There's a process, and that process needs that courage you're talking about. Absolutely, brother. I really like your ideas, and I hope everybody here should. listen to this, and it's very
Well,
important.
I think it's very valuable, the courage to take
Mhm.
action.
Yeah, because every people who have been successful, they never come to say, I woke up, I was successful. They always
Overnight.
overnight. They always say, I had an idea, I spoke to friends, I had a discussion, and then I took action. Definitely.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, just to give an example, because I don't want people think we just talking in image and stuff like that. We want concrete stuff. You know, when I was a kid, for those who don't know, I was born and raised in Europe, so I lived my entire life in Europe. So every time I saw images of Africa, it was negativity, people dying of starvation, disease, war, coups, or name it. So when I was a child, I said, "Ooh, I don't want to go there." You see, my brain start to be washed somehow because no, negativity all the time. I don't want to be there. I don't want to go there. Oh no. I didn't want to have anything to do with Africa because of this. And guess what? That's their goal. Do not expect Western media to show you the good side of Africa. Why? They need us. So they want you to believe that Africa is disgusting and whatsoever. Stay divided. Meanwhile, we can steal your resources, we can steal the land, we can do whatever we want. Until the day my parents told me, you know what? This is what the TV shows you, but there are so many pictures you need to see, many things you need to understand. And then they start to give me books to understand and to see the other side, the part of the iceberg that I never seen before. And this
Mm.
side and this very moment, my perception about Africa changed forever. And I
Mm.
realized, oh, that's a scheme. Actually, that's a scheme. They keep showing you negativity in order for you to be disgusted. Keep divide our own people. Oh, Africa, I don't want to be there. Look at me. Look around me. I'm in Canada. I'm in the United States. Oh, it's way better. They keep treating you like a piece of nothing. They keep calling you names. They keep killing you literally like it's open season. And you think you're better? Really? Just because you have free Wi-Fi? Nah.
Funny you should say that. Obviously, what you're saying is absolutely right in terms of, a lot of what's portrayed in terms of Africa has been very negative, and that's been the story for so long. And even for me, um, going to Ghana myself, going to Africa for the first time, and that was 2011, because I said to myself, all I see on television about Africa, it's very negative. It's of children who are starving with these distended bellies, with flies all over their heads. I know there has to be another picture. Something is not quite right here. So I took it upon myself to get on a plane and go to the other side, go to the continent to see exactly if this was the whole picture. And to
Exactly.
my surprise, it wasn't. I was like, Africa's been kept away from so many people. So many people don't know the truth. For them, the truth is all the negativity that they see on TV and what maybe people may say. But it's not until you step outside your comfort zone, step outside that box and look beyond the iceberg, that you're going to see the greatness in Africa. And so, my journey to the continent, my journey to Ghana really changed my whole life forever. Like, from then on, there was no going back. For me, I wanted to explore other parts of the continent. I wanted to learn different culture. I wanted to meet with different people from different walks of life on the continent. I saw that, yes, there is challenges in Africa, maybe around water, sanitation, education, um, division. But I also saw that actually there is people, even with the little that they have, they can be happy. I saw that actually people own mansions on the continent. Black people own mansions. They own beautiful cars.
Oh yeah.
They are hustling every day. They work hard. They're resilient. They're flexible. They're loving people. So all of these things won't be shown to us here in the West or in the Americas. And so I think that's why even a lot of people have the mentality that they do about Africa. They're like, oh, there's too much work, because they see whatever they see on TV, and just think that Africa is just this place of rubbles and we need to build it from. But actually, it's not like that. You know what I mean? So for
Exactly.
Africa change, like my experience in Africa changed my whole world from then till now. And it's been amazing. And we've decided that we are going to make our contributions. We're not going to sit down and say, yes, we're just going to, our kids, we're going to give them everything that they need and they will make the change. Actually, what can we do now? What foundations can we lay down now? Not only for our children, but for others, for so many others.
You know, let me tell you this. To all my brothers and sisters in the continent who decided to leave the continent for whatever reason, I'm not here to judge. But imagine this, picture this. You left your own place. You went abroad, a place you don't know. You not necessarily speak the language. So you have to learn the way people are, the way people act. You need to learn them, and you need to learn anything about this new place, this new country, which is not yours. And you're not welcome in this new country. But still, nevertheless, you're still there because you need to survive, you need to do whatever you need to do. Now, okay. So what's so difficult to go back to a place that you were born, you know everything and anything about it? What's so difficult here? That's simple. Exact. Again, you see, we always going back to the root, the mindset. So explain me. I understand sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Life can be tough, so you decided to leave your own country. I get it. Everybody does that. Okay. What prevents you to go back? What's wrong by going back? Because you kept the last experience you had back home, back in the days, 10, 20, 25 years ago, not having the latest news about what's going on. And guess what? People are so attached to their local roots, they forgot that Africa is huge. You can come back anywhere you want in Africa. You don't have to go to your specific country if the situation doesn't allow you to do. Africa is huge. So if you had the courage to leave Africa, to learn a foreign language, to a new place, you cannot go back to Africa, your continent, and learn a new language, an African language. Weird, isn't it? That's the point. The mindset, the lack of knowledge, the lack of conscience, the lack of courage.
Yeah, I was, I was talking to Kerry, and I say that when she's in Rwanda, she's supposed to meet many people, mostly like returnees who are already in Rwanda. Some people they're not exposed, or they've never been on YouTube or TV to showcase what they are doing already. I think it would be interesting, and I can encourage everybody who was in diaspora community and chose to go back and doing something great. I would love those stories to come out and to be shared. I know some people, they are doing the same job, but I think when we are in Rwanda, I would love to, I encourage you a lot to bring those type of meet people who chose to go back, because those stories, when they are out and they are, say, where they've been living in Europe, what they job, what they brought back to continent, and share those information, share those stories, I think is going to encourage many people to stop that fear, because it's like coming to Europe, you think that's success. No. Actually, the way you learn the new language, the challenge, the culture, to try to mobilize yourself. I know that energy you're using, or sorry, excuse me, you used. If you take it back to your country, you can achieve even more, because you are trained already. For example, going back to your country, I know some people they born in the diaspora, like some others like me, born on the continent, they speak the language. Yes, I left, like now many years ago, but still, I'm connected to the continent. I know the language, and I'm sure the energy I used in these countries, if I multiply it, by invest it in my country, I can achieve more, way more than what maybe I could achieve now in this country in Europe. So I think I do understand some people they are scared. We know that there's this picture saying that in Europe, there's a healthcare system is much better, way better, education way better, everything is amazing. But I know the community, African community, with children here, they are struggling. Many of them, few, they are successful, they go to education, but others, they are in prison already, either because of the crime, either because of because they are lost in the society, they are lost in the system, they don't have enough support, and it's really difficult for them. I know, you do remember when we attended the community gathering here for Africans. I'm not going to be specific to which country, but parents were crying, saying that please, they were begging some, authority from, back home to take the children, young people to go to learn the culture, to learn the roots, to basically to learn the manners, because they're struggling to raise them. Back home, you understand, people say, oh, actually in Europe, that's it. When you're there, you're done, and your children will get more, good education. But parents here, on the other hand, they're crying. I know we are the one to go to change that mentality, to change that mindset, to say, look, you can do better here in Africa, and we are coming. We who left before, we are coming to help. We're gonna bring our contribution, because some diaspora, when people who never been to Africa, they think they are the one who are knowledgeable. They think they are the one who have money. They think they are the one who are educated than people back home. But actually, it's wrong. It's wrong mentality. We need to go and share what we have, but also learn from them. These people back home, they have money. Maybe you can partner, maybe they never travel. You help them to travel, guide them, expose, and so on. Bring great ideas you learn and share and export your knowledge, the knowledge they have back home. We bring them here. But trust me, people also, they're advanced, they're educated, they have money. In fact, they are in better place some places than us.
Yeah, a lot. Yeah, I meet so many Africans on the continent where like different countries I've traveled, and a lot of them are way ahead than the people who have been slaving of themselves in the Europes and in the Americas. It's just phenomenal. But then people maybe in the Black community in Europe or like the Americas would just see Africa and just say, oh, the people there are poor. But actually, there's a lot that they can also bring to the table. So that's why we also need to change our mindset. And as you said, think about strategies in a way that how can we work with the continental Africans to bring about the change we wish to see in the world. Sorry, I didn't know if you had anything to contribute while we were talking.
This is an excellent idea that you get there. Very good point. Actually, we should fight the fight with using the same tool. We keep seeing negativity, so it's our duty somehow to show positivity, to show that yes, I can make it in Africa. Here, I am a living proof and living example. This is my place. This is where I live. This is what I do for a living. I create my own company. I give jobs. I do this. I do that. Because some people, that's the way they are. See, the mind sometimes understand, but the eyes they need to see. But my brain understand what you say, but I need to see because I need to see. And once they see, oh, and that's the goal of channel like this, because you keep sharing and showing success. So those who are hesitant, who are questioning, say, "Yeah, I'm not sure why," and they see you thriving, literally thriving, they say, "Oh, wait, I can make it." See, if you let me give you another example. If you compare Chicago,
Mm.
Chicago, this city, no disrespect to people who live in Chicago, but come on, Chicago. There is this part of the city they call Chirac, Chicago and Iraq. There is a reason why the violence. And you go to a place like Rwanda, probably the safest country on earth. I've been there. You know what? I bought a house in Rwanda. My parents lived there for 3 years, kicking it, living large, happy. Meanwhile, I'm struggling with the winter and all that. You see?
What is coming?
Yeah. So my point is, you see, people are, I mean, they're scared about moving or even going to Africa, but they okay living in the chaos in the United States. I mean, what's going on? So the problem is we need, for those who can, show them, yes, it's possible to make it in Africa. But of course, you gotta have, like the children, you gotta have discipline, you gotta have a plan, you gotta have strategy, you have to put money aside. You can just go with your hand in your pocket and say, "Hey, Africa, here I am." No, it doesn't work this way.
Mm. No, 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 you're right. You have to have a plan. And I think a few people have reached out to me and said, like, when I get to Rwanda, which is, as I said, in just a few weeks, that they would love me to reach out to people who have actually done business and been successful. So that's part of the plan, to bring those inspirational stories to the forefront so others can obviously look at that and find inspiration and think, well, if they can do it, then surely I can. But as you've rightly said, you need discipline, you need plan, you need an act, like you need a strategy plan, and you need to take action. You know,
Exactly.
you can't just arrive and think, yes, I've landed, that's it. You find yourself in a lot of trouble, and that's one of the things I try to deter people who maybe have never visited the continent, to actually go and actually visit yourself, and just have a feel of the country. You may go to, someone may go to Rwanda, for example, and they're like, yeah, Rwanda, this is the place I'd love to be, and someone else will go there and be like, I'm not really feeling this, let me sort of move on to Tanzania or Uganda. you know and what we're seeing actually playing out on social media is people traveling to Africa for the first time, a specific country, and it's not meeting their expectations, and they're taken to social media speaking very negative about that country, but it's really a reflection of their poor planning, and them not having the right strategies in place. When you're thinking about moving, you need to be thinking about what networks are available, how can I connect with people who are already in a particular industry that I'm interested in. Once you're on the ground, who are those companies that I can go out and have business meetings with and sit down with and think about a sustainable solution, because you will just run out of money. And especially if also having a flexible mindset, because I feel like a lot of us out there who also are thinking about coming to the continent, a lot of the time we talk about mindset, a shift in mindset. We just need to be flexible in our way of thinking. Imagine all you've ever done when it comes to the continent is done research. You've never visited. You don't know the way of life. You don't know maybe the language. You don't know the culture. And you're coming with your way of life, maybe from Europe or from the Americas, and expecting it to be exactly the same. You're going with the wrong attitude, wrong mindset, and that just won't work. That's not how you assimilate yourself into a new situation, especially if you're arriving and you want to learn more about your roots and who you are when it comes to Africa and the continent. So it's very important,
And
definitely.
to go further, you have two types of Africans: those who left the continent and those who never been born there or never been there before. So
Mm.
those who left the continent, they just did what you described. They did everything. They had the plan. They left. They said, "Okay, I need to find resources. I need to build to build a community. I need to build a network. I need to build everything. So they did it. So they have this experience. So when they come back home in Africa, they should do exactly the same. Okay. Those who never been to Africa, now I'm talking to them. And like Lady Visionary said, people, when you go abroad, it's not the same as at home. If it is the same, why living? If I wanted to have exactly the same thing that I have, why leaving the place for the first place? Why leaving my first place? Why leaving it? Why? If you want the same thing, stay home, stay there, don't leave, don't move. It's not the same. It's another country, other people, other state of mind, other culture. Everything is different, but you expect to have the same. It. What does it tell you? It tells you how poorly you were documented, how poorly you've done your research, how poorly you prepared yourself. Because if you would prepare yourself properly, you wouldn't have this conversation. You would be okay. This is it's another country. How people do? How do they act? Do the research, and now you don't have any excuse. Internet. You can have almost all the information that you want without leaving your home. Or even if you leave your home, we have this a smartphone. So there is no more excuses. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years ago, probably, okay, I understand. You could not have access to the information as quick as we can today. Nevertheless, now, what's your excuse? Do research. Go once or twice on vacation to have a feeling, just to discover. It's discovering. So when you discover, do not expect everything to be perfect. There is no perfection. Such a thing doesn't exist. Even in your own country that you hold so dear, perfection doesn't exist. Let me remind you again, Chicago. No disrespect. Do you think that place is perfect? It is not. See, so why you expect the continent of Africa being perfect while you know the history of this continent, rip off of this natural resource, rip off of these human resources, divided for many years, hundreds of years, and you expect everything to be fine? Like nothing happened? No. So please, again, the mindset. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. You want to
Yeah,
say
yeah,
anything?
yeah, yeah. Definitely, mindset has to change. I don't know how many times we're gonna talk about this, but it's a journey. It's a journey, and I think everybody. I think these days, this movement is right movement, and I hope it's not gonna be only talking and talking and talking. Actions are needed more than ever. You know, we need to like for our contribution, that's what we say. We are both educated, we have a good career, we are successful in terms of career and job opportunities here. But is it that enough? Is it that's what we want for our children? you know
Exactly.
we house here and that's it, we say we are done. Is that's what we want, or we want more? We want for our country, our children, even if they choose to live in this country, they are going to be, as I say, I always say this, they're going to be respected when people they left home are respected. Do you agree with me? Because, sorry, because Africa, as long as on TV here in the UK, I don't know about other countries much. Yeah, mostly here in the UK because I lived in other European countries, but UK is worse in terms of advertising
The negativity.
negativity of Africa. You know, it's a shame. On TV apps and everything is about showing the children dying and dying and dying. And I think that not image to, I don't know, it's about wanting to help people there, but I think also is other side of telling children, or black children growing up in this country to look, never ever think about that hell. Because if you turn the eye and go to that country, you're gonna get malaria, you're gonna die, your children will never get a good education. Basically it's a hell, and the children they grow up here, they say, you ask, who are you? They say, I'm English, I'm British. They don't want, but my heritage, they even don't want to mention where the parents are coming from because they don't want to be associated
With
with that,
Africa,
with Africa, with that
negative.
negative. There's a little bit these days. I know that's what I'm saying. There's a change. Back in the days when maybe 2000 to 2005, you know, you even people could fight not to be called Africans. But these days there's a change. There's a musician dancing. It's cool. The music in London vibes Africans. There's people are going. There's a discussion on YouTube lives. People are showing what Africa is, and people are interested to go. Even young people, they think it's cool. So I think it's us, either in every country. I hope every country will have like people who choose, especially, I'm not saying the old generation, but people who can go there in the mountain and show the kids, post on a smartphone, show on YouTube, Instagram. If you go to nice party, show that there's a party, people who like party. If you go to the market, if you go to nice shopping mall, show that actually whatever they can get in Europe, you can get
Also get it in Africa.
So I think that mindset we have, it's every corner. It's not like only talking, it's every corner. We need to change that. And I hope people out there would play their part, not from Europe only, Americans, Canada, or Australia, or African themselves who are on continent should play a key role to show actually we are okay, we are happy, we live beautiful life here. And like in Rwanda, I should say, we visited when we were in Rwanda last year. We visited one university, is this Global Equity University.
Yeah.
Is in the northern of Rwanda. Is a village,
state of the art
yes,
facilities.
really beautiful.
What?
And next to that university, there is this the cancer center hospital, where they are bringing many people from even the neighboring countries to come to get treatment of for cancer, either operation, if they want to remove tumors, so they can send to Europe or anywhere, but they are coming. And people, we were shocked when you go there. They are international students
from
all over the world. They are coming to get education in Rwanda.
In the rural parts
of Rwanda.
What?
So it's not only Rwandese. The international students are coming, from Australia, from all over the world. So why are they there? The education is in Rwanda, and the head of the university is a former health minister of Rwanda, and she's also diaspora who grew up in Europe, I think she used to be in Belgium, and she's a doctor by medical doctor by profession. She chose to go back to Rwanda, and she's heading this beautiful institution, and it's really nice university. And also when you see the building, the people, the teachers, the professors, it's amazing. We were there, we had a dinner there, a friend of ours took us there. We were so amazed. I wish those type of projects will be coming up as mushrooms in Africa, and trust me, Africa will be the next hub of the world in the near future.
Exactly, and it's up to us to share again this conscience that we need, the awareness, and then to bring the knowledge of those who don't know, to give them the courage now to act. Now, as a parent, we've done what we can, and now it's up to the next generation, because we have to understand that we will probably not live long enough to see the change as our parents did, or our grandparents did, or our great grandparents did, or our ancestors did. Nevertheless, they still fought hard for the sake of Africa as a duty. So if we don't do it, who's going to do it? Nobody's going to do it for you. And you know what? The others, they're taking over literally. So it's up to us now to make a change. So yes, that's exactly what I need to say. And by the way, in order to make to spread the message, now that we have an African Facebook called Kuman. I talked to the guy. It's a young guy. He's only 20 or 21. He's 21. The guy is 21 and he created an African Facebook. So
Wow.
owned by an African, the infrastructure is owned by an African, and everything is in Africa. Because I've been told so many people complaining about Facebook, telling, well, we get censorship from YouTube, especially when we talk about black issues. Now
Mhm.
you have a totally black infrastructure owned by an African, and the infrastructure is set
Yeah,
in Africa.
I'm going to put that in the live. So, oh, sorry, I don't know. I was trying to copy and paste it, but let's see. Yeah, sorry, keep going. I'll basically try to, or you can send it in the live so other
Oh,
people can
okay, give me
basically.
a second. Let me try
Yeah.
that. Here we go. Let me put it again, just in case.
Yes, perfect, perfect.
Now I remember back in the days we didn't have much tools, but now with time we have more and more tools in order to pass the information, the knowledge that we need. So now no more excuses. We cannot afford excuses. "Ah, I can because of no, you can, and we have enough example to show you that you can. Now it's up to you whether you stay there and be the remember the wildebeest. So you're one of them, those who's going to get captured and killed by the predators, or you are the one who's smart enough to understand the situation and make the change. So it's up to us now.
Yeah, you've got to be strong enough. You have in terms of mental strength to believe that you can do it, to believe that you can achieve something. I think that's, we like we keep repeating that whole thing of that mindset, that strength.
Exactly. Like the brother says, it's a journey.
Not just laying down on your back and said, you know what, like this is it. Like we've been conquered. Why are black people even bothering? Because you do get some black people from the black community. They have the attitude of, oh, do these people really think that they're going to influence change in Africa? Like, what planet are they on? And it's like, no, what planet are you on? Because you need to know that there is a movement, and we are a different generation of people, and we're coming together. We're breaking down barriers like we've never done before,
Exactly.
you know, and we are going to see change. We will see change. And for like, we will pave the way up to so far, and then others can follow. You know what I mean?
Correct.
But and I think, as you say, some people, like I think you said earlier, some people will just want to sit and wait for others to do it, and then when everything is when all the achievements are happening, that's when they start clapping to be a part of the achievement, when they contributed nothing.
Exactly. But I'm not sure they will have enough room for them. I'm not sure. Natural selection again.
Oh, wow,
What do
wow.
you expect? Hold on. Let's say you live in a house, you have guests or whatever, and nobody does nothing. You do all the work. You go to you go to the drugstores, you go to the grocery, you clean the house, and nobody does anything. So are you willing to share your food with these people? Really?
Mm, mm, mm.
See? That's the same with Africa. What do you think? So you've done nothing for the continent. You even lift your finger. You didn't do anything, and you think you're gonna have a piece of the pie? Nope, it won't work this way. You have to make amends and you have to fight for it, like everybody else. See, again, I keep repeating myself. It's called the natural selections. And by the way, I'm preparing the video about this, my story about the wildebeest, coming
Oh,
soon.
wow. I look forward to it because I think it's very powerful.
And I hope to see you in Rwanda soon, you know.
Yeah, I was. You know what? I was about to come this year, but the situation killed my business. But I hope I will be able to come next year around June or July. Probably. I hope so. So expect to see me around.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah, it'll be
Can't
lovely
can't
to meet
can't
you
wait, most definitely.
in
Yeah.
Because
Rwanda.
we'll be there. I know quite a few people are planning to visit, so we'll be connecting with quite a lot of people. And like, Rwanda is a small country, of about what, 12 million people, just under, I think.
Yeah.
But it's it's on the map, and more people are sort of gravitating, should I say, to Rwanda. So it's very exciting times, and I think, Rwanda has huge potential. We're seeing lots and lots of changes happen over the years, and I think it's great to be a part of that. And for us, we're not people who just talk, definitely, because we've had that conversation. Like, we've been at that place where we've had ideas, we've discussed ideas, and we're just like, now is the time to put those ideas, implement them. What is
Exactly.
the plan? Let's just go. Let's go and see what we can do. But we haven't just gone there or we're not thinking of just going there without a plan. We have a plan in place. We have another guest here with us. We've got the homegirl healer in the building.
Hello,
Right.
hey, Lady Visionary. Hello,
Love.
Patrick. Hello, Shango. How are
Hello.
you all? I don't, hey, I'm actually making dinner at the same time, so I'm not gonna talk you all's ear off. But this is a great topic. We have to stop kicking the can down the road and leaving it for the next generation. That is a thing I feel that in the Black community, no matter where we are, with the previous generation just keeps kicking the progress can down the road, and we haven't done enough to educate ourselves so we know where we come from, so that some generation can kind of take over and take the reins and really move us forward. We cannot keep waiting. Our generation may not be the ones to complete the change, but we need to pick up the baton and start it for the children to come. We need to really be thinking about how we're educating them, because if we are, and I'm sure all of this has been said, but I'm going to say it anyway, but if we're sending them to European schools and educating them about Europeans, they will have a European mindset. They won't see their power and their greatness and what they can do if they keep being told that other people are great and they are just kind of, well, in the case of those of us in America, slavery, and that's that. We have to teach them that they are more, push them toward the sciences. I know here a lot of times, they push kids, oh, you could be an athlete, you could be a rapper or a singer. All of those things are great, but we need scientists. Africa needs manufacturers, so we need people who can handle the structural aspects of that. We really cannot, we have to step up to the plate because we have to be the example. So definitely, if you can homeschool your kids, homeschool them. I will never forget, I was working for a college prep program, and I would do workshops for, different people in the community. And someone from a Black mom from a Black homeschool pod reached out to me and was just saying that they homeschool the kids and they want to get them ready for college, and they wanted to come in and have a workshop done. And I never knew anybody that homeschooled really before then. And it just opened up my mind. The kids, they were like sixth grade. They were so intelligent. They were so self-assured as Black children. They knew who they were. They were so knowledgeable and prepared to go out in the world and do great things. Even just like I said, what I saw of them in sixth grade, and that was years ago. So we really, 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 no more kicking the can down the road. This is not the next generation's job to start. It is theirs to finish, but we have to pick it up. So
That's right. I don't think you could have said that any better. Seriously, like, it's true, and I think, one thing you said is that we need more scientists. And I think you actually said this as well. Like, a lot of the times in the Black community, like, oh, you can be an athlete or you can be a rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And all of that is great. We're not like, disrespecting anybody who chooses to go down that career, but we can also be so much more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And we need to support the children or the next generation to believe in ability, so they can confidently, as you said the homegirl healer, confidently go out into the world and be bold and feel like they can be a part of something great. But it's going to be up to us to instill that within them.
Yep.
For them to believe in themselves and take that forward. And yes, definitely, like, passing the buck, kicking the can. I think right now, can we really afford that right now? Like, everything that's going on in the world when it comes to Black people globally, how we're treated, how we're disrespected, how, how we're always getting the bottom of the pile when it comes to everything. We need to take control. And how do we take control? Stop kicking the can down the road. So
Yeah.
you said it. I don't know what else to say, seriously.
Yeah, no, we can't keep doing this, man. It's just like we are like the ways that Africa is going to grow and be amazing. It's gonna happen because it's destined, and we can't stop what is destined. But we can contribute to helping to make that destiny even more grand and even more beautiful. And that starts now. That starts where we are, those of us like on the Pan-African corner of YouTube. Are we having conversations that are meaningful? Are we creating connections that are built on integrity and loyalty and a desire to really move Black people and Africa forward? If we can come together, like, you know, offline to do those things, if we just really need to be building and working. If we got time for drama, then we are wasting our time and we continuing to kick the can down the road. But if we really want to make this change happen, get started. Get started now. Educate yourself. Educate other people. Read, understand what's going on. It's so much. Like, I want to really quickly plug 2 channels. Number one, I want to plug obviously Lady Visionary's channel, who we're on. If you are not already subscribed, if you are not clicking the notifications and getting every single notification, you are late and you need to get caught up. So support her and subscribe to her. Support all of the things that she's doing. Africa Rising is great. If you are not also following the African Chronicles on YouTube, if you are not following or a patron of the African Chronicles, I'm a proud patron. Y'all need to get on board, because these are people who are not just kicking it and kikiing and gossiping and being cute. They are really about educating, bringing the topics forward that are so important. Today you premiered a video, Shango, about the guy, the white guy, talking about how Africa has to stay underdeveloped in order for the rest of the world to thrive. Economies everywhere else are falling. They are dependent on us, and we need to snatch that rug from under their feet. So if you haven't checked out that video, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. Support these platforms who are really, they are doing the job of helping to start the development of Africa now. So y'all get on board with it and support both of them.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Girl Healer, thank you so much. You know, one thing you said, which is also quite important, that stood out to me, was the fact that, yes, it's important to do these online discussions, but also like connecting offline. And so for me, I'm excited to get to Rwanda. Like, we're excited because I actually want to connect with real people once I hit the ground. Like, so I know quite a lot of people are planning to, you know, visit. I know people who are actually there now at the time. So yeah, for me, I really like, for those out there who are listening and you're coming to Rwanda, I'd love to connect with you guys in real life. You know, so that will be amazing, and we'll take you around to our project sites. And you can get to know us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and we're very open. So it won't just be for me just an online discussion. No way.
When my husband and I come to Rwanda, we're coming. That is one of the things that we're coming to do. I want to see the investments. I want to see all of the stuff that you are doing, so we can figure out how we can make moves and get involved. So when we get everything kind of squared away, I will definitely email you and let you know that when we have dates settled.
Most definitely. Do you have like a date, or like?
We are thinking.
You don't have to say that online. Don't worry.
Oh no, I don't care. Well, we were thinking March, but we have family members who might be getting married in that time frame, so we're waiting for a save the date, and then we'll know for sure what is going on. But I'll let you know when we actually come offline, because I don't think it's going to be March.
I'm going to see you on the ground.
Yes.
I'm going to see you on the ground.
Listen, I'm coming.
And you, Shango, most definitely.
For sure.
Another guest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can.
All right, let's get our guest in. But yeah, you can say something.
You know, there's something I was said, starting conversation.
Greetings, family. How you all doing?
Hi. Just mute your mic for a second, but
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think our children at the moment, they need to be exposed. I know there's some people like us who chose to go to the continent, go specifically in Rwanda, and there's some people are moving to Gambia, Uganda, Tanzania. But I can also encourage people who are also here, maybe who are following up what's going on in the continent. The conversation is needed, and if our children are never ever heard about Africa, they will never know where is Africa. Even if you choose to stay here, or your children are at school, there's no possibility that you can go to Africa to, move to Africa. I can encourage parents to start to talk to their children, telling them about Africa, tell them about their roots, and also maybe find time to visit. Take your children to the trip, choose a country, visit them, and then they can say that memory to say, I've been to this country. We all know it doesn't matter your background. When you meet people, many people, they are so proud to say where they've been, where they visited, or they say, I went to Thailand. Everybody wants to share that memory.
Let them share memories of Africa.
Let them share the memories of Africa. Even if they don't live there, but let them be exposed, know where they're coming from. Choose a country you want. Go to Africa, visit Africa, talk to people, let them eat the local food. Those memories maybe will take them back, even if you're not going to take them back. So I think it should be people on the continent to mobilize, people like us who go back to, to showcase Africa, but also people who stay here, even if they don't come with us, but they can start that conversation, talk about Africa, talk about what can we do to Africa for Africa, what can we contribute. And I think next generation, even if you don't do much, but next generation, because they heard about the story of Africa, because they went there to visit, because they have a good memories, they're gonna have that very, very strong connection with the continent.
So we've got our brother who just entered. Let's hear him speak. So I'm just gonna unmute your mic. Hello and welcome.
Well, thank you. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm in America KKK right now. So, so yeah, I'm in New Jersey. Yeah, the topic is excellent. I have children. I have young children. My youngest, well, we're due for one this week. So so that'd be number 6. Yes. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. So what it is, the education issue, yes. My youngest so far, I have one with my second wife, so it's 5 and 4 and 2, and one more on the way, and one more on the way by Monday, this Monday coming. So yes, and I don't want to raise them in the United States. Originally, I'm from Guyana, so my family, we immigrated here in the 80s. So I've been here for at least 30 years, and it's time to get out. So for the people that are ready to go. Right now, I'm in New Jersey. That's where I live in the United States. But in
getting out to the continent, or
yes. Well, my intention was to go back to Guyana. My father is there, and I have family there. My father he's an MP in the government, the ruling government now. But that's not my thing. I'm not going back because my father is there and he's a politician. But it's just the fact that I was supposed to go to Kenya this year, but Corona kind of threw everything out of whack. Since March, that was the plan. But I've been looking around in East Africa because it's very progressive. So, but Rwanda I love because I love the president. President Kagame is to me, if some of the leaders would be as straightforward and firm as he is, I think a lot of things would change really fast because he has a vision of where he wants the country to go. And I think a lot of the leaders, because of the European influence so much, that their vision gets very cloudy. I think that's what it is. But President Kagame, I love the way how he's doing. He's got the country moving, very progressive, trying to industrialize it as much as he can, so that like he banned all the importing of clothes, and Trump tried to say, "Oh well, we're gonna."
Second-hand clothes, sorry, yes.
Yeah, secondhand clothes. So all those things, so that people can be industrialized and sell their own things and make their own clothes and stuff like that. So I like the progressiveness, but with me coming to Rwanda, I want to see about some property investment, and by trade, I'm automotive technician, and I've been doing it since I'm like 16. I'm like 45 now, so it's something that's ingrained in me.
And
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said you will not be out of a job. Like you can go there and hit the ground running, basically.
Yes, well, that's what I want. I want to open my own business, but I want to open a school. I actually want to actually impart my skills to people that I can train, because I see Volkswagen is there, and if other manufacturers start coming in,
Yes.
and I want at least to have people, the young people, be equipped. Because I know, see, I don't forget that I was young, and when I was young, I always loved cars. That's just my thing. Anything with an engine, planes, whatever it is. If it has an engine, it's ingrained in me. I love it. And at the age I'm at now, I'm like, well, I'm not gonna wait till I retire to want to leave this country. That's not my
No,
plan. Where I'm not used to anyone, I can't move around. I'm not that mobile. So my wife and I, we have a plan right now. My wife, she's finishing up her schooling. She wants to be a nurse. So I told her, just go ahead, do it. Yeah. So she said that's all she wants. Because she's ready to go anytime I was ready. But she's like, she just want to do that first. She just want to get her paperwork first, because she wants to come, and she says she wants to be of benefit. So she wants to be able to either do training, where it be like midwife training or just normal nursing training, you know. So we want to be able to be beneficial, but and if I can start a business and create some jobs and still do some training, maybe the same facility where I could be doing my mechanic work, or I could train people there also. That's where I'm looking at, so they can get hands on. They can work on the vehicles and get the hands on instead of just the stereo only. They could be hands on in their in diagnosing and using electrical equipment, multimeters, all those things that eventually a lot of cars have a lot of sensors and stuff these days. So they will have to learn, if more and more cars come in the country, to diagnose them, stuff like that. So,
well, I
but
think personally, I think what you have to offer, what you have to bring to Rwanda is definitely needed, and the fact that yes, Rwanda, in terms of the young people, the government is working to deal with the challenge of unemployment, but obviously it's still a big problem. So that's something that you can tap into the young people, giving them, equipping them with skills and knowledge in that specific area. And you spoke about your wife being into nursing, again, healthcare, and I think even in Rwanda there's a drive for like people from the diaspora to come and bring their knowledge and skills when it comes to the health industry, and they can reach out to like the Ministry of Health and some other bodies to help get them set up, and having the support of the government behind them to gain that recognition, because you're bringing something useful into the country that will benefit not just Rwandans, but also the Eastern African community. And we're talking about Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Burundi, and all these South Sudan. So, it's great. And it's just about, believing in yourselves and say, right, we're coming, planning as we've been talking, and
yes.
putting into action. and also know that everything is may not go as smooth as possible, like as you would want it to be, but just be willing to be flexible. And then know, like for us, when we moved to Rwanda in December 2019, there was some challenges on the ground for us as well, like buying the land that we required for our resort. You know, we met some challenges, but that didn't put us off. We just felt like this is what we really wanted to do. We're not just going to throw the towel in because we've been met with some ridiculous hurdles. I'm like, oh God, why? But we kept pushing, and we continue to push because we believe in ourselves, and we know like what we're bringing to the continent. We're also producing jobs, and you know we're influencing and we're changing people's livelihoods, and there are people actually waiting for us to get back to Rwanda so they can actually start their job. But specifically, I also want to bring you back to this topic. You know, we should leave the development of Africa for the next generation. What do you think about that?
I think no. I think the foundation, we are alive right now, and I think we have to start the foundation now because one, a house would not build itself. So you have to have stones already, even if we just pour the foundation, and then as we have to, I think the basic thing is we have to start with people in the diaspora and people on the continent start collaborating because there are things that if I go to Rwanda, I might not know whether, even if it's not culturally. But like I said, I like automotive, but I might be something else. Infrastructure need to be done, and even if I had the funds, but I don't know infrastructure, so I would have to either partner with someone that has that mindset, but they might not have the funds. And I think as Africans in the continent and in the diaspora, that's what we have to start looking at everything. That someone might have went to school for engineering, but they either can't get a job on the continent, or they don't have the funds to institute to implement certain things being done. And I think we have to be collaborative. And I think the issue with education, yes, we have to start now. And like I said, I have 6 children altogether. My oldest is 17. So we have to get things prepared for them. Now, 4 is going to come with me. So the 4 that's what we want to get, like I said, for the new year to come to Rwanda, maybe stay for 3 weeks or whatever it is. And we can get to go or travel around and see all the things, that need to be done. And if I can get more time, I would stay, stay maybe a month or more if it can be done, and then my wife can see what she wants to do, and then I will see what the best thing for me. But I think the best way is we have to start laying the foundation now, whether it's here or on the continent, and then as the generations grow, then we can start implementing certain things to keep them going because uh, like Rwanda, we know is heavy with the IT sector.
Oh, it's growing.
At my age, I'm somewhat tech savvy, but I'm not IT. Now my children, they have Amazon tablets and they go on there and do a whole bunch of stuff, and they're only like 5 and 4. So certain things they're gonna soak up. We just have to be the one to navigate them to those things that weren't there when I was growing up in the 80s. It wasn't there. The technology wasn't there. So that's why I said we have to start being the one to drive them into those things. Like the sister was saying, when it comes to manufacturing and all those things, kids learning how to use 3D printing, whatever it is, all those things, we can start bring it to the continent. A 3D printer doesn't even cost that much. The basic one might be $200-300. So we have to start saying, okay, what can I take? And that's something I need. If I can reach out to you guys when you get there, because for the sister that's there, what's your name, sister? I'm sorry, I didn't. She said she was cooking. So.
Oh, I'm Rashina. I'm not in Rwanda yet, but my name is Rashina.
Rashina, no, I know you were not, but I was just saying what you were saying about the manufacturing. But I was saying to myself over here, I do a lot of shopping on Facebook Marketplace, and the amount of things that goods like desks and chairs and so many things that even if you wanted to supply the schools in Rwanda,
Mm.
that's something that we can organize and even not just send a 20-foot container or whatever it is, just on just supplies for schools, for junior high schools and stuff like that. So it's just a lot of things that I'm looking at right now, the best way to do it. But if I can reach out to you guys when we get there on the ground, then we can sit down, strategize, and and when I come back, I can start implementing whatever I can implement on my side.
Most definitely. When you're close to coming, then just send me an email. My email is in the description box. You can reach out to us. That's
Okay,
no
okay,
problem. Yeah,
no problem, sister.
we would love to connect with you. Shango was saying something. Wanted to say something.
Yeah,
Go
Sorry.
ahead, I'm listening.
quickly, the brother just said is the living proof and another example of what we said earlier: the awareness, the conscious of the situation, the knowledge what to do, and the courage to act. That's it. And this is exactly what he's about to do. You see, he said earlier that I'd like to open a business, then I will produce work, I will produce something good. If not, I can train people, pass the knowledge. I'm going to do it, I'm going to act. See, again, conscience, awareness, knowledge, action, courage to act. That's it. Is the one another example. So I don't know what needs to be said, done to convince other people. I don't know. But like you said earlier, it's a journey. If you say that once or twice, that's not enough. We must repeat ourselves again and again and again. And that's why you have that platform. And I'm glad you're doing it, because we need to keep doing it in order, to with time change the mindset. We won't rebuild Africa in a day. It will take some time, but at least we're doing it.
That's right.
Yeah. I think me and Kerry, and that's what actually one of our goal in Rwanda is to make sure that people who choose to come to Rwanda and they contact us to make sure that we help them like they they shouldn't struggle if we are there if they come to us,
Yeah.
because
We'll support.
I myself am Rwandan, and Kenyan, I'm sure she even know a lot of things than me these days. She's well informed about Rwanda, and she has been there, and she knows now more culture, And there's something which we don't like, me and Kerian, when we are there. Of course, in general in Africa, it happens that when they see you're coming, you're a foreigner and coming to America from America or other countries, they may, want to try, it's about business, to try to get, money from you, or they can shoot the price up a bit, not only for foreigners, even Rwandese who have been living
Away.
abroad
Yes.
and come back to Rwanda, and they see you being away for 10 years, 20 years,
and you don't know,
and they don't know the price and so on. Sometimes they can try to get milk from you, but to milk you and make sure that they get any penny they can get from you. But that's what we are trying. When we'll be there, we are trying, whoever want to connect to us, we'll try our best, to make sure that they get the best service they can get, or to navigate through, because I know some people, they may come for 2 weeks, 3 weeks just to get to know the country. And if they come and they contact us, we are happy to sit down and talk through about the situation in the country. So welcome, brother. If you come to Rwanda and we are there, definitely we're gonna link up, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy Rwanda, and
most definitely
beautiful. And especially now you're coming, it's winter. I'm sure in America also it's winter, isn't it? I don't know.
In the UK, it's winter.
Yeah, winter is coming.
So I can't wait to escape the cold.
The cold.
It's about 40 degrees. It's about 40 degrees right now. It's not fully winter yet. It's been raining. It rained since Tuesday. It didn't stop till about 1 o'clock this afternoon. So it rained
Yeah,
for
I'm on the
almost
East
2
Coast
days.
too, and it's a mess. I'm in DC. Yeah, I'm on the East Coast too, and I'm so sick of this cold weather. Ugh, yuck.
And well, that's the thing. That's what I was saying with moving to Guyana when that was our plan was to go to Guyana. But Guyana temperature is 70 something degrees to 80 degree, 85, little humidity, so it's not that bad. But like I said, I've been doing my research, so
Having a little bit of feedback. Don't know if it's the
is
mic.
it on my? Oh, yeah. I've
It's
been
all
I've been doing my research, and Rwanda, for right now, like I said, we have the East African community. So even if I lived in Rwanda and I could branch out slowly as time go, that's
Yes,
like I said, that's enough for me. And I'm country. So in Guyana,
yes,
I grew up in the country. So all
Rwanda.
the things. Go ahead.
Yeah, Rwanda, we like to call it the heart of Africa. Actually, when you're in Rwanda, it's the hub of Eastern Africa. The flying to Kampala is now Nairobi.
Mhm.
It's just now, and the roads, the routes. You can go by bus. There's bus which goes up to Nairobi. Other buses go to Kampala. Other ones to
Tanzania.
Tanzania, Bujumbura from Rwanda. Or if you fly, it's less than an hour. So definitely, being in Rwanda is a good country
Connect to the other
to connect to other
African
people.
countries.
Yes, you can go to Congo. So it's a beautiful place. And I encourage people, if they come to Rwanda, to explore other neighboring countries, Eastern African
And
community.
even when it comes to in business, like you don't have to just think about Rwanda. You can think about the other neighboring countries as well, especially if you're thinking about, the market and reaching more of the market.
Mhm.
And when it comes to working out like your profit margins and things like that, you may want to consider um, the wider context in terms of the Eastern African communities that can be a bit more profitable for your
There
business.
is also visa for Eastern African community countries. If you get that visa, it's $100, and then you can branch to Uganda or Kenya. It's
Mm.
multiple entry, so you can go to
Okay.
Kenya, come back to Rwanda, or go to Uganda, come back to Rwanda, and you only paid $100.
Well, I like to get around, so I've been like the whole East Coast of the United States, except for like Maine. So I get around. I've been to at least 15 states in the United States. So I like to drive. So me getting around in the East African community, I would a lot of places I would want to explore by driving around. If getting a vehicle, I don't know. Is Rhonda? Is it right hand drive? Is it right hand drive? Right?
Yes,
Is it
like in
like the
America.
United States?
Yes.
But when you cross to Uganda or Kenya, it's same as here in the UK.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
swap.
left. So you're on the left side. In like Guyana, you're on the left side, and in the United States, you're on the right side.
Well,
So
you'll be okay.
okay, well, I was thinking all that. We'll discuss the vehicle, and I have a vehicle, all that stuff. It's just what it would cost once you pay VAT and import fees and
We're in the process of sending our car at the moment, so we can definitely give you information once we get to the other side.
Yeah.
okay,
So,
well, what it would cost.
mm, so we're
Okay,
currently in the process because in Rwanda, definitely we need a car basically. But we're about to round up now because it's almost like 2 hours. So have you got any
yes.
final words to
Well,
contribute? And we look
well,
forward to connecting with you in Rwanda, most definitely. Send us an email or everything's in the description bar. Yeah, just reach out to us when you're coming and yeah, we'll see what we can do.
okay, no problem. I appreciate it, and thank you guys for having me. I'm new to your channel, but your content is excellent, and I love the way that you put forward everything. And like I said, I hope we get to meet each other soon. My plan is, like I said, the baby will be here by Monday. They said maybe this week. So then I have two more people I have to get passports for. Everyone else have passports. So we for the baby and the younger one. That's a year and a half, and hopefully be by April before the corona slowed everything down in the United States. So even getting passports done, it's like a backlog unless you pay for expedition. So, but other than that, the content is good and keep up the good work. And like I said, I hope to see you guys when I get to London, and I'll send you an email and stuff like that when we get everything finalized, what's going on.
Brilliant. Look forward to seeing you. All the best and congratulations in advance.
Thank you. Thank you.
And yeah, do drop me an email. You take care now and all the best. Come again.
Same to you and everyone that's on the panel.
Thank you. Thank you. See you around, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
So who are we hearing from? Homegirl Healer or who wants to go first? What's your final contribution?
Well, I'll go first. Very sweet and sharp and soft and short. Like I said, we need three things: awareness, knowledge, and courage. Once you have it, everything is possible. And how to get these is like is to do action like you do, sharing the knowledge again, repeating the message again and again and again until people understand and start to realize we need to to make a change. This is one of the best way to do it. Share the knowledge like you do, repeat the message like you said earlier. It's a journey. It won't be done in one day. It takes some time, but at least we are doing it. We're part of the change, and we must be proud of ourselves. We always talk about the problems in Africa, and I believe me, there are problems. Nevertheless, let's take some time to congratulate ourselves, especially you for doing the job that you do. Thumbs up and keep up the good work.
Thank you. Everything that you contributed. Before you go, please tell us a bit more about your channel, because I didn't know you had a channel. I sort of discovered you. I was like, what's going on? What? Why didn't you tell me? Because obviously I also want to, if other people are on YouTube and doing, you know, inspirational things, then definitely come on, you have to share it on my platform as well. Come on.
Okay, my channel is called the African Chronicles, and I talk about cultural and financial emancipation. To be short, most of my content for now is in French, but I realize that I'm cutting myself off the English speaking community. So I am airing more and more content in English, and I'm preparing more and more videos in English. So be a little bit patient with me. More English content is coming very, very soon. So just be patient with me. Bear with me. It's coming very soon.
Yeah,
So
because
the channel is the African Chronicles.
Your content's in French, and then I was like, I'll have to get my husband to translate everything for me. I think he's tired, because when we go to like Switzerland, and because he has his sisters in Switzerland and they speak French, and then he has to do a lot of interpretation. So I think he's just tired of, he translates to me in French or in the language that's spoken in Rwanda, Kinyarwanda, you know,
Finnish.
or like Finnish. He speaks Finnish as well, which is the language in Finland. And then again, if someone's speaking Swahili, then I rely on him so much to translate. He's my translator, you know. So yeah, but now that you said that you're going to have some of your content in English, you know, that's great. I'll definitely be over there checking your channel out. But thank you so much for your contribution. I always appreciate you coming on, and you come again. I love you being on this channel. So you take care though, and all the best.
I'll be back. Thank you, sister. Thank you, guys. Have a good evening and see you around. Bye.
And take care. So we've got the homegirl Healer.
I know that it's been a bit long for you all, so I will just keep it short and say, let's stop kicking the can down the road. I said it earlier, and I'm going to say that again. Do your part. You know, like it's really the change, the change that is happening, the shift that is happening is destined. It's gonna happen. So decide which side of the destiny you want to fall on. We have to make it better, and we will. And I have so much hope because we have people like you, Lady Visionary, doing the stuff that you're doing. You and Patrick are doing great work. It's gonna happen. So I'm really excited. I appreciate you and your channel. As always, it's been fabulous talking to you. And yeah, we Africa for Africans, we're gonna do this.
Oh, most definitely, Rashina. I appreciate you and all your contributions. It's always a pleasure. I haven't seen you for a little while, so I was like, oh, is she okay? Real family. This is just getting too serious.
Really, yes, I know. I just have been busy and just trying to get my life in order, but That's why I haven't been on. But I saw that you popped up today, and I was like, let me make sure I get on because I definitely got to show my girl some love. So here I am.
Pleasure. It's a pleasure having you. And I know, come on, aside from YouTube, I know obviously things are going on behind the scenes, and people are keeping busy. And I know you said that you're coming to Rwanda next year, so yeah, I'd love to see you. Most definitely, I'm going to see you.
Yes, I
So
can't wait. We're gonna make sure we make that happen.
even now, obviously we started packing our things, and oh my God, I'm like everything, like I would just like to be there tomorrow if I could, but we've just got to wait until the date comes, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I literally can't wait to be there. It's just going to be amazing.
I'm so excited for you all, and I hope that the move is the most seamless, beautiful, amazing experience for y'all. So I can't wait till you have your feet firmly planted on the continent and y'all are back. And so I'm so excited.
Yeah, thank you so much, Regina.
No
You take care.
problem. You
Good
too.
one.
Good night.
Are you a good cook? I'll be coming for some of that food.
I don't know about good. I do all right. I was making meatballs from scratch, and so I make pretty good meatballs, and my husband loves them. So I guess that's good. But he's a better cook than me. I just make sure that we survive and we survive, with a little bit of flavor. But he is the real cook.
Oh God. All right, so you take care. Have a good
You
one.
too. Good night.
Yeah, bye
Take
bye.
care.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. We just want to thank each and every one of you guys out there listening, joining this live stream, everybody who's contributed on the panel. Thank you guys so much. I've really appreciated every single one of you. If you're new to the channel, please do go ahead and subscribe. Please do share this live stream so that other people can benefit from it as well. And, I spoke about the Africa Rising Investment Fund. So if you can go ahead and support us, you can donate via PayPal. The information is in the description bar, or you can go to the GoFundMe page via Google and just type in the Africa Rising Investment Fund. So that's on the GoFundMe page. So please support us if you can. Have you got any final words to say to the people before we go?
Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. It was really nice to have a discussion. I hope to see you again soon.
Guys, see you in the next live. Take care for now. Take care. Bye.